YouTube, we back with another video, and in today's video we're going to be talking about mistakes to avoid as a clothing brand owner. These are the top 5 mistakes that most people actually make, and I'm going to be breaking them down each one by one to you guys right now with the hopes that you don't go and make the same mistakes again. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into number 1. Okay, now the very first one is actually very common. It really doesn't matter if you're a clothing brand owner or whatever else, but the very first mistake that a lot of people should learn how to avoid is comparison. Learning how not to judge your page 17 to somebody else's page 400 is going to be one thing that can make or break you as a brand owner or whatever type of business owner that you are. Because here's the thing, you have not started as early as certain people did. You may not have learned certain lessons that they have learned, which is why I make videos like this, right? So the very first thing that you want to avoid is comparing yourself to somebody else who is doing the same thing as you or doing it at a higher level. There's nothing wrong with finding inspiration from those people. It's nothing wrong with getting information from them, but when it comes to comparing yourself or thinking that it's impossible for you to achieve because you don't look like them, you don't walk like them, you don't talk like them, you don't wear clothes like them, you don't drive the same cars or live in the same type of house or have the same type of content team, regardless of those things, the quicker you start letting go of comparing yourself, the faster you're going to be able to look at the things that God made you great at. A lot of times as brand owners, as business owners, whatever it is, we forget that there's only certain things that we can do at a very, very high level. So to compare your blessings to somebody else, you're actually doing yourself a disservice. So that's the very first one. Do not compare yourself to anybody. Learn from them, right? Don't hate, go learn from them. If they're doing something at a very high level, learn why they're doing it, but don't ask yourself, oh, why can they do it, but I can't? That's the wrong way to go about thinking about things, all right? The second one, the second mistake to avoid, okay? Not investing. Now, the reason this is so important is because I hear a lot of people who say, yo man, I watch a lot of your videos, I watched all your courses, I was in the Discord, I just never started. And the reason they never started was because the investment was too big for them. The investment to change thyself was too big for them. And that's the scary part, because the person who's scared to invest in themselves, whether it's time or money, those are the same people who are going to be in the same position 2 years from now. So you have to be willing to say, look, I'm making money right now, money comes and goes, and I'm already trading my time for money. What do I have to lose? The money that I just lost, I have more time to give to make more money. So take that money and go put it into learning something. Go put it into the inventory for your brand. If you need to go watch a course, right? Or you need to go join a community or something like that, put the money towards it so you can get the information. Information and knowledge will always be more powerful than the money itself, because it's just a piece of paper backed by literally nothing. So the faster we realize these things, the easier it's going to be for us to get to where we're trying to get to. So you got to start investing. So avoid not investing in yourself, whether it's investing the time into the YouTube videos, whether it's my YouTube videos or whoever else, right? Or whether it's investing in that course, or whether it's just investing in that very first sample, whether it's investing in that very first design, that very first logo, whatever it is. If things slow down, why not invest more time into learning how to fix it? Being a hustler is somebody who just falls over and over and over again, but is obsessed with getting back up because they do not know what failing is like. They just know the lesson behind it. Now, the third thing, buying too much inventory. Now, the reason this one is so important is because this is a recent mistake that I made. Now, I like to educate people based off of what I'm doing and the things that I'm learning in the day-to-day. Now, buying too much inventory is important because you don't want to be stuck with a lot of inventory, which is something that happened to us. Worrying about or having the stress to move a bunch of units, have all these different sales, all these different things, it can be a lot on you. So what I recommend is doing more pre-orders. Avoid buying too much inventory and just do more pre-orders. That way you don't have to stress as much when it comes to moving units, because guess what? When you do your pre-order, if you really don't get a lot of sales, it's perfectly fine. Guess what? It doesn't matter because you're not spending any money on it. So at the end of the day, if you have a minimum order quantity or MOQ to hit, then at the end of the day, you can negotiate that with the manufacturer. They want to get the money. They want to get paid regardless. But investing too much in inventory, you're going to be left with a lot of stuff, and it's going to overwhelm you, and it's going to make you want to work even harder. But now you're working harder instead of working smarter to get the things gone. Avoid buying too much inventory. Okay. Fourth mistake to avoid. Okay. Fourth mistake to avoid: not paying your taxes. Uncle Sam got to get paid. cannot hide from the IRS. What I don't recommend is for you to don't start your business and collect the money through your business or through your checking account, through your personal. Collect it through your business account. Because here's the thing, right? When you're not paying your taxes, but you're reporting income, then guess what? They're gonna go back at some point in time. May not be today, may not be tomorrow, may not be next year or the year after, but they're gonna go back and look and say, we haven't gotten paid from this money that this person made. So what I recommend is, instead of trying to get around the IRS, since it's literally impossible, the best thing you can do is learn about tax advantages. Learn about write-offs. Learn how you can write off your inventory. Learn how you can write off your office space or your inventory space. Learn how you can write off your inventory itself, the advertising, the things that you're spending money on for supplies for your business. Go about it that way instead of just not trying to pay at all. Because what's gonna happen is you're gonna have to pay at some point in time, and you would rather make the incremental pieces and payments that you need to make ahead of time, as opposed to making huge bulk payments and then them saying, yo, if you don't pay us, we're gonna go take your house. And this is real stuff. So don't play around with the IRS. That's very, very, very important. Every brand owner should be putting aside 30% of whatever you make should be put into a separate account, literally just for taxes. I know it seems like a lot, but at the end of the day, to make sure that your taxes is paid is going to save your life, and you never want to gamble with your freedom. That's one thing you should never do. Gamble your freedom. Now, with that being said, these are very, very important. So number one, we already went over comparison. Number two, we went over not investing, which is one thing that's going to hold a lot of people complacent. Number three is going to be buying too much inventory, regardless of what type of brand you have. And then number four is not paying taxes, and that you need a 30% cut out of all the money you make to put into a separate account. All right. Now the fifth one, lacking consistency. Now this is probably my favorite one, because at the end of the day, most people say they're going to do one thing and they never do it. And in reality, if you're really truly trying to get to where you're trying to get to, you have to be okay with making decisions that are hard to make. So you may not want to get up in the morning and go print out orders and go ship your orders out, but the hard decision that's going to benefit you and is going to help you in the long run is saying, hey, I'm going to get up in the morning and go do it now, so that way I can enjoy the rest of my day later without the stress thinking about these orders now. So the faster you can really just understand these topics here, it's going to be a lot easier for you to just get to where you're trying to get to. Don't avoid the things that you know you need to do. Just do them now and do the boring work over an extended amount of time while staying extremely consistent, and then let it pay off over time. Don't look for anything right now. One gem that I heard from Alex Hormozi that really stuck with me is, do not ever expect to get lucky. When it comes to business, when it's in life, none of that stuff. And these are the mistakes that you want to avoid. So comparison, not investing, buying too much inventory, not paying taxes, so put aside 30%, and then also lacking consistency. Just do it over and over. Do the boring work. That's one of my favorite quotes. Do the boring work. However, in order to get to where you're trying to get to, you have to do things that you've never done. So with that being said, it's your boy Dantes Akram. These are the 5 mistakes that people should avoid when it comes to starting their brands. Highly recommend that you guys rewatch this over again and share with a friend. If you guys did like this, make sure you guys leave a like, and make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, turn on your notification bell, and we post every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you guys check out our next YouTube video. And if you missed any of our recent ones, make sure you guys go back and go watch all of the recent YouTube videos, because we have nothing but game and even more fire game coming. So it's your boy Dantes Akram, aka The Real Tez, and I'll catch you guys in the next YouTube video.